There was one more topic I wanted to touch on, and
Sure.
that was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They just recently announced their inductees.
Right.
Iron Maiden, also people such as Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige. I'm just curious on your thoughts on, first of all, the nominees, and second, mixing hip-hop and pop in the Rock Hall. How do you feel about that?
I'm a purist. Okay, I consider myself to be a rock historian. That's how I'm an author, I'm a producer, but rock historian is what I want to be known for.
Right.
So I'll give you my opinion.
Okay.
By the way, I think it's next year or later this year, the Hip Hop Hall of Fame is opening in Brooklyn.
It is, okay.
Okay. I think it should be pure rock and roll. And I'm not saying these people aren't talented. I mean, Jay-Z is very talented, Whitney Houston, but it just doesn't seem right, especially when you have bands like Jethro Tull and King Crimson, Vanilla Fudge and Styx that aren't in the Hall of Fame. It's ridiculous.
It is.
I mean, okay, nothing against Dionne Warwick, but Dionne Warwick in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Now, I get like Johnny Cash, okay, important, founding father of the movement and all.
Yes.
And I get the Muddy Waters and, the building blocks. But I just don't see a pure hip hop, a place for pure hip hop,
right.
Or and leaving out other people. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, how else would a band? I don't know if you're familiar with a band like King Crimson.
I am, yeah.
Very pivotal. I mean, if you're a progressive rock fan, King Crimson invented progressive rock when they put out In the Court of the Crimson King.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's
Without
where
a
Yes
question.
came from. That's where Genesis came from. That's where, so a band like that, a band like Jethro Tull, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Is Peter Frampton in? I don't think so.
I don't believe
Vanilla
so, no.
Fudge, who are legendary. To me, they are, if you trace back hard rock in America, two bands. A band out of San Francisco called Blue Cheer. Mm-hmm. They had one big hit called Summertime Blues.
Okay.
Look it up.
I will.
Play that song. It's the heaviest song ever.
Nice.
And it was a top 40 hit. Made it to number 17. And Vanilla Fudge, who had a hit with, they did a cover of You Keep Me Hanging On by the Supremes, which was just amazing. But they actually were the first ones to really do hard rock and make it popular. So when those two bands, and bands like Yes and Deep Purple, and they'll all tell you Vanilla Fudge is a heavy influence on them.
Right.
So when they're not in, it's just, there's something missing there. And I think it's very political. And I don't know, now they're sort of running out of rock people, but they're going to run out of the opportunity to put rock people in, as industry. I forget what they have this award where if you didn't get voted in, you become whatever it is. And I so anyway, I'm starting the classic rock archive.
You are,
which is sort of a classic rock hall of fame.
Oh,
it's
wow.
called the Classic Rock Archive. And if you go to my website at dennysomach.com, you'll see some video on there and some audio. And ultimately, I'm going to put all my stuff in one place and start announcing these people are, it's not going to be like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame where, but it's going to be a place where you can go hear stuff and see stuff. I'm not looking to put, stage clothing or, that's not not competing with the Hall of Fame.
Right.
They have that soda.
But
if you want to know serious history of rock and hear old radio specials or commentary or interviews or read or know anything about the classic rock world, you'll come to the Classic Rock Archive. And eventually we'll have a physical location, but it'll start online. And I've already talked to about 30 classic rockers, and they love it. And they've all said, yeah, I'll support you. So
that's
it's
amazing.
In the early stages, but